Hi kids, this is Flight Attendant Cheryl. Welcome to worship. And as you see, I forgot my suit and because it's at dry clean. And you know what? Pilot George is missing again.
But Pilot George is here. I'm Pilot George.
Psych! Pilot George actually isn't missing. You thought, gotcha.
We're gonna sing a song about being a Christian.
Pilot George, what'd you just say we were?
We are Christians.
We're Christians? How do you spell that? Christian? Well, guess what? We have a song about that. Hit it! I am a C. I am a CH. I am a CHRISTIAN. And I am CHRIST in my HEART. And I will LIBETRNALLY. I am a C. I am a CH. I am a CHRISTIAN. And I am CHRIST in my HEART. And I will LIBETRNALLY. I am a C. I am a CH. I am a CHRISTIAN. And I am CHRIST in my HEART. And I will LIBETRNALLY. Guys, guess what? I'm not actually Flight Attendant Cheryl. I'm Random Passenger Bob. See you next time.
Hi guys, and today's story is about Gideon, and it's a great story. It comes from Judges chapter 6 and 7. So one day, Gideon, I with the beard over here, nice beard, I like the beard. That's how we're going to distinguish Gideon. He was just sitting there doing his own thing, and then all of a sudden an angel appeared. And the angel came with a message from God to go and beat the Midianites. So, being an angel and all, it's kind of scary if an angel just suddenly appeared in front of you. So Gideon was very scared, and he went to get an offering for the angel. And here the angel is accepting the offering, and he accepted it with the fire coming out of the altar and consuming it. And then God had the message for Gideon to also destroy the idols in his town. So he went in the middle of the night, as you can see by the moon, beautiful moon. He came in the middle of the night and destroyed the altars and the Asherah poles, which is just the idols. And he made an offering of a calf. So the next day, his neighbors came out and they were very confused because one day there was the altar and now there is a new altar for God. So a little while later, there was an invasion from the Midianites. That's when other people come in and try to take your stuff. It's like a robbery on a national scale. So Gideon made a call for Israelites to come and help defend. So a lot of them answered. A whole 30,000 of them. But Gideon was still not sure, and he wanted to make sure that God was on his side. And how did he do that? With the famous part of the story with the fleece. So one time he asked God to make the fleece wet and the ground dry with dew. And the next day he switched that. So the ground was wet with dew, but the fleece was completely dry. And then he knew that God was with him. So with 30,000 people, that's like 40 to 50 of everybody at church being there. That's about how many 30,000 is. But you know, God wanted to make sure that they won, but he wanted to make sure that they won in his power. And he did that by saying, we're going to take that 30,000 and then reduce it. So from the 30,000 people, they said, anybody that's scared, just go home, it's okay. So they had 10,000 left. And then God is still too many. Let's reduce it even more. We're going to have you guys drink water, and if you kneel or if you lap, that's going to decide who's going to stay. So 300 people lapped, and they are the ones that stayed. So now we have the 300 in over here. And then Gideon was sleeping while they were getting ready for the fight. And God, in the middle of the night, said, "Get up, go, because I will give you victory." But Gideon is still kind of like not sure, and God knew that, so he wanted to give him encouragement. And that was done with him telling him, just go spy on the camp and you'll get all the encouragement that you need. So Gideon is over here eavesdropping, and God has two of the enemy soldiers talking, and one of them says, "I had this crazy dream where where everything went badly." And the other guy is like, "Oh, that must mean that God has given us over to Gideon." And that's pretty good encouragement to hear your enemies being like, "Man, we're gonna lose." So Gideon got all of his troops, and they went and surrounded the camp. And then they had torches and trumpets. So our torches over here, and then our trumpets over here with Gideon blowing the trumpets, and the other guys just sitting with the trumpets, but they're gonna blow it too. So they start blowing the trumpets and making loud noises all around the camp, and then the enemy gets confused by God and they start fighting each other. So if you're trying to fight a war, it's not a good idea to fight each other. You want to fight the enemy, but God gave the victory to Gideon. And Gideon won! So, the main point of this story was that we can obtain victory with God's power. Some of the main points of some of the truths of the story that we get are we can use His power for His glory to obtain victory, and He wants us to defeat sin and His enemies. So now that we know this stuff and we've seen how it plays out in Gideon's life, how does it play out in our life? I think that we can rely on God for victory and not hope that we can do it ourselves, because we know that God can do it for us and we'll do it much better, and we know we can win with Him. And then we also know that even with impossible chances of, never gives a number, but a ton of people fighting against Gideon, we know that God gave him the victory with just 300 people, and we know that that was possible only through God. So, hope you guys like the story. Hope you guys got some good ways to live it out in your life, and hope you guys had a good week. See you guys.
Boys and girls, how many here, raise your hand, how many here take a shower? Raise your hands. Oh, how boring, boys and girls. Hey, this is a fun activity. Why don't you take a bath? Yeah, you know what a bath is? Take a bubble bath. Tell your parents that soapy water kills viruses. And you always have to take some toys to play with. And what about a rubber ducky? Don't these rubber duckies look good? Boys and girls, I have 4 rubber duckies. And I would like you to learn this song. The lyrics are in the description, okay? Learn it, record it, and upload it to YouTube and send us a link. And the 4 best videos I will deliver a rubber ducky and a bag of Mr. Ed's famous corn. What's it called? Kettle corn. You have to live somewhere in Sacramento County.
It's really good. You want this kettle.
So if you really want to win, have your whole family sing too. And the accompanist, if you have little drums or things, and you'll even get more points if you can translate it into Mandarin, Cantonese, or Spanish. Okay, this is the Rubber Ducky song. Okay, it goes like this. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time lots of fun. Rubber ducky, I'm awfully fond of you. Rubber ducky, joy of joys. When I squeeze you, make some noise. Rubber ducky, boys and girls.
Hi everyone. Today's memory verse comes from Deuteronomy 24. Read it with me. The Lord your God is He who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory. Today's Sunday school lesson was about Gideon defeating the powerful group called the Midianites. The Midianites invaded the land in which the Israelites were living on. They destroyed their crops. They destroyed their animals. There was nothing left for them to survive on. God called upon Gideon to help save the Israelites from the Midianites. What was Gideon's response? Gideon felt insignificant. He felt that he didn't know how to wipe out the rough and tough Midianites. But you know what? God gave him a promise. If we look in Judges 6:16, this is what God said. He says, I will be with you, and I will strike down all the Midianites. Not just some, all of them. I will be with you. What a promise. And we're going to strike them down. I'm going to strike them down for you. So that is a wonderful thing to know, that God is powerful and mighty when we trust in Him. We trust in His Word. So, let's do today's verse. And we're going to do it with some hand motions. You ready? The Lord your God is He who will go with you and fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. One more time. The Lord your God is He who will go with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you victory. You know, we might not have Midianites to come and destroy our home and destroy our pets or to raid our refrigerator. We don't have that. But we definitely have things in our lives that need God's help to help us to claim victory in our lives. Things that are challenging, things that are hard. What might those things be? Here are some I was thinking about. Maybe you're given a school assignment that is just too hard for you to complete. You don't know where to begin. You can't get it done. You don't feel strong enough to be able to get it together. Maybe you're dealing with some jealousy about someone or something. Maybe you're spending a little bit too much time watching television, playing some games, more than you should. Are you gossiping, talking bad about other people? Might you be struggling with anger against somebody, a lack of forgiveness? Maybe you're just too impatient with your little brother or little sister or a family member. Whatever it is, trust and obey God. Help Him to help you to live victory for Him. Claim this verse. Know it in your heart. Do it with me one more time. Deuteronomy 24. The Lord your God is He who will go with you, who will fight for you against your enemies, to give you, what is that? Victory. Have victory in your life. Trust and obey God. Bye, everybody.
Hello, boys and girls. Today we are going to make our craft. And today's craft is based off the story God saved Israel through Gideon. And you can find this printout on page, do you see that? 68 in the link below. And today's craft is we're going to make a torch. And we're going to make a trumpet. Da-da-da! And instead of doing the cylinder, I just gonna just get a brown paper bag, a big paper bag like this, because then we can hide our torch and our trumpet in there to scare the the enemies. So let's get started. We'll need a black piece of paper to make the bottom of our torch. So we'll start off with just getting one of the ends and rolling it to make a cylinder or an ice cream cone kind of thing. So we'll start with that and we'll just keep rolling. Let's see it, I don't know. Hold on. Let me do this real quick. Okay. So we rolled it up like this, trying to make a nice point on the end, and then an opening on top. Make a little line there, right there. All right. So then we got our tape. And tape it. We'll tape it like this along the seam so it holds. Right, now we got the bottom of our torch. Next, we'll have to get some tissue paper. We can get red and orange and other colors to make the flames. I'm gonna open it up. Got one, and then the other one. I like to put it on top of each other, like this, and then grab the middle part. So like scrunch it up and grab the middle and fold it up like this. And then we'll twist it around. So we got an end point, and we'll point it and stuff it in the torch like this. And we got our torch. And to secure it, we can get tape. And kind of just tape it in the middle right here. All right, so next we'll make our little trumpets, same thing. Got a piece of paper and kind of make it into a cylinder. And this time, try to leave it an opening on the end, so that way we'll blow our trumpet. And we'll tape it up. Alright, I got that. Next, we'll get the printout right here. It's got a verse on it. It says, "The Lord your God is He who goes with you to fight for you against your enemies, to give you the victory." Deuteronomy 24. We can take that and we can color it. But we'll just pretend we'll color it. And then we'll cut it out. Alright, we got our little picture. And then I like to put it on our, a vigat. Let's flatten this to make it nice. So we'll cut the ends like that. So that way it's more of a kind of horn thing. So now I take my picture and I'll put it around the torch. This is the horn, sorry, the horn, and tape it. It can overlap a little bit like that. Tape it down. Tape it on top. All right. And next, we'll get some string. Get some pieces of string. Long enough that you can like carry it. Kind of like this. I'll cut it. Right there. And then we'll take an end and we'll kind of tape one end and tape it to the bottom of the horn, probably right there. And take the other end and match it to the top. There we go. And now we got our horn. You can wear it like this and go to scare the enemies. So we got our craft. And now we'll put it in our bag. Right here. Just store it in. And you can use this to hide the torch in. And you can like pull it out to scare the enemies. And then you like that with a loud bang. Alright. Thank you guys. Hopefully you enjoy this craft and we'll see you next week. Bye bye.